Sorry, there was a mishap with the video. But, anyways, it's more so like people just want to tell you to be something that they want you to be. But really, deep down, you know it's not who you are. So, don't. The main message is don't let people tell you who you are. You know. You know you're a good person. You know you do things from the heart. You know you love people. You know you always give people the benefit of the doubt. And you treat people how you would want to be treated. And people try to manipulate you and turn everything around and make it seem like you shouldn't be who you are. And it's your fault that things happen to you because you're a nice person, because you're a good person, and because you know the difference between being good and being nice. They aren't the same thing. So, all I gotta say is I know this is meant to reach who it's supposed to reach, but you know who you are. You remember deep down. Don't let people make you insecure about yourself. Don't let people make you feel you're too much. Don't let people make you feel that you doing what's right for you is the wrong thing to do, because let me tell you something. At the end of the day, those people who want to change you, who actually want to mold you, conform you to be something or someone that you're not, just to suit what they want and their own ends, let me tell you, that's not worth it. It's not worth giving up yourself. Be who you're meant to be, and the right people will find you. Fuck it. Honestly, no one is worth you ever giving up yourself. Trust me, I've been there, done that so many times. And honestly, I've always been able to come back to myself, thank God. And I always ended up giving myself and becoming something that I'm not. And people take advantage, and people just want to use and use and use and take and take and take. But let me tell you something. I do thank God, and I am so grateful that I was able to always come back to myself, because I realized that nobody's going to have my back like I have my own back. And I know we're out here all love and happiness, and you know, like, I do care and I do want the best for everybody, but I also realize that I can't give anybody anything, and I can't do anything for anyone unless I do for myself. And I'm not here to depend on anybody also, or either, you know, like, I gotta do it for myself. I have to find a balance between both receiving and doing and taking action, and also, you know, within that action, I'm creating, and I am both. I am everything. I am whole. I am me. I am who I choose to be, who I remember that I am. And I'm a good person, and I have a fucking heart of gold, and I don't give a shit what anybody says. I can cuss, and I can be whoever the fuck I say I am, because I'm not out here hurting other people, and I'm not out here manipulating others and trying to get everyone in the world to conform to what I want and how I am. No, everybody to their own, but so am I, and so to me, and I choose for me, and I am happy with how I am. And if you don't like it, I'm so sorry, but I'm really not sorry, because maybe we're just not, you know, in the same frequency or whatever. Hey, I'm not posting these things for people who want to talk shit, or who want to hate, or who want to, you know, just bring people down. This is for the people out here who's been having a fucking hard time, and we don't need people like you out here doing that to me. And I'm not pinpointing anybody, but if you felt that, then I mean, maybe it's time to look in the mirror and see what it is that made you feel that coming from me right now. But like I said, I'm not out here hating on people. I love you all, and trust me, we all go through fucked up shit, and we're all here trying to deal with everyday life. But we don't want other people shitting on our lives more than what, you know, this journey is already trying to do to us, with all the lessons and all the things that we have to go through and try to maneuver. And it's not easy. It's really not easy. And I get it. But nobody needs to go out there and like make it worse for anybody else. And it's not fair. It's just not nice. And it's just, why don't you treat people the way you want to be treated? Because not everybody's out here thinking the way you are, or, you know, doing something bad, or always trying to like get at people. If everybody did for themselves, and if everybody loved themselves, and then realized that the more I love myself is the more I love the world, and the more I'm happy, and the more I can do, and the more I can seem the people around me happy, and let's just get that shit done. And the more you do for yourself is the more you're actually doing for the world. And just be happy, be here, be present, be, you know, aware of everything that's going on. Yeah, we have gone through fucked up shit, but we can't go back into the past to change it, but we can sure as hell start by changing what we want and who we are and how we perceive and what we're actually taking in now. Now. I've come to a lot of conclusions, and I've seen myself go from thinking the worst of the worst of the worst of the worst of the worst for me and myself and the people that's, you know, put me through shit and fucked me up and this and that and whatever I used to think back in the day. But really, truly, and honestly, like, we just want to be happy, don't we? We just always want to be happy, see the people around us happy. So let's do what we can and be our best selves. And there's no competition with anybody, and nobody has to lie or cheat or steal or, you know, become someone that they don't want. Like, we have enough pain in the world. Like, let's be happy. Let's remember who we are on the deepest level within ourselves, and remember that we're only here for a certain amount of time. And do we want to live in misery? Do we want to live in happiness? Like, fuck that shit. I'm tired of being miserable. I'm tired of people sucking me into their misery, because I know I am so full of light, and people just get like fucking it's like they just feed off of me. And it's like I'm not really willing to do that anymore. But I'm here, and I do want to help, and I do want to show people that we can go from being nobody to somebody all within ourselves, and not give a shit about what's happening on the outside, because it's really just what we want to happen, or what we're perceiving on the inside. And if we're happy with ourselves and, you know, doing what we have to, everybody's got to work. We live in a world where we got to work. Money pays bills, and we got to work for money and this and that. But working for someone else and doing the grind and all that stuff is not the only way to do it. Living in a world of fear and guilt and shame and lack is not the only way to do it. It's not even the way to do it. That's just a whole nother topic. But honestly, like I said, this is just me talking from experience and what I've been through. And there's so many people out here, no matter how much you pour light into, the darkness is so thick that they can't see beyond like the tip of their nose. And I'm so sorry to say, and it's so sad to be a part of, you know, like a world where majority of the people live like that. But I can only hope and pray one day that everybody is able to work through and make it through the darkness. And I'm here trying to shine my light. I'm shining my light. Okay, here's how it is. I'm shining my light for anyone who wants to follow it to a certain, like, point in life. Just being a guiding light, trying to do the best that I can for myself and those around me who are willing to do it actually for themselves, because I can't do it for anybody. And I actually learned the hard way for that too. Like, I've tried to save a lot of people, and at least that's what I used to think what, like, saving people was like. And you actually can't save anybody. You can only save yourself. You can't change anybody. You can only change yourself. You can only choose yourself. You can only ever do for yourself. And I know that sounds so selfish. Everyone's gonna be like, oh, so yeah, you're just selfish. No, I've been there where I was selfless to the point where I didn't even care whether I took care of myself, whether I ate, whether I took a shower, whether I did anything for myself. That wasn't in the question. That wasn't a part of the lives that I was living. And I think that was my biggest lesson of life, that I can't give from an empty cup. And no matter how much I forget myself in giving and people pleasing and doing everything else for others, it actually made me realize that I was not helping anyone, especially myself. And it hurt. It hurt so much. It hurt so much to know that that's what happened. And this was the biggest lesson, because all I wanted to do was help. But maybe I had a savior complex, and I just thought that I was like having to save everyone, and it was like everyone can pull on me, but when I needed someone, no one was there. So I had to have my own back. And like I said, I believe what I believe in. I believe in God, and I believe that there is a higher force beyond me that's always got my back, and that when I see nothing and no one around me, and it was just me by myself physically, I always believed that God had my back, that there was a team of like angels and like spirits and guides and divine beings, and like heavenly, whatever whatever you think, whatever you believe, like just that higher force, around me, protecting me, guiding me, showing me the way, like always catching my tears and making me see that there's a way. But that way was always to me, back to me, back to me, back to me. The only way that I could be happy, the only way that I could live the life that I wanted and be who I wanted, and actually like have a smile on my face every day, is to be myself. Just be me. Don't give a shit. Who cares? You look ugly to some, you look pretty to some. You're fat to some, you're thin to some. You're loud to some, you're quiet to some. You're too out there for some. You're not. You're extra to some. Yeah. I'm a bitch to some. I really don't give a fuck. I'm all of it and more. Because that's who I am. And I am dark and I'm light and I'm this and I'm that and I'm everything. Because, hey, I learned to accept what I am. And yeah, I'm a jealous bitch. Okay, great. I talk a lot of shit. Yeah, don't piss me off. But I know deep down, I am motherfucking good. And I give and I do. And I want to be happy. And I want to live a fucking peaceful life. I don't need drama. I don't need people to come up in my face and tell me some nonsense. So, to the people out there who are always being told who the fuck they are, who you are. People are telling you who you are. Say thanks. Thank you for your opinion of me. But I know who the fuck I am, and I don't have to accept your bullshit. So, just a message. I love you guys so much. Please, let's do this. Oh, fuck this shit. Because at the end of the day, it's all just for shits and giggles. Yeah, I love you guys. Bye.